Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I thought it would be fun to try something new with you guys. So I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with this trend, but there seems to be this huge trend going on that's probably been going on for, I don't know, the past year or so, and that is soap brows. Yes, you heard me right, soap brows. I've seen it all over Instagram, all over social media, all over YouTube. So I thought I would sit down and put this little tip or trend to the test and see how it turns out, because if it actually works and I never have to buy brow gel again, then that would be awesome. You guys know that I take my brow game very seriously. My brows are like my pride and joy. They're my favorite part of doing my makeup. So I'm very curious to see if this little tip works and what it looks like on my face and on my brows. So that is exactly what we are going to be doing today. Before we get into it, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you like it and subscribe to this channel for more videos every week. And if you would like to see this little soap brow trend, then just keep on watching. Welcome to an up close of my face. Up close and personal. Yes, I busted my lip, and yes, I scratched my face earlier, so we are just going to ignore those two things. Okay, so I've watched a ton of different video tutorials and looked on Instagram to see how exactly I should go about doing this soap brow thing. So, according to my research, the things that you are going to need are a spoolie, a little bit of water, which I have right here. Yes, it's in a skull shot glass, so we're just gonna roll with that one. And obviously soap. Now, most of the videos that I saw, people used like more translucent soap, if that makes sense, like not like white bar soap like this, but I didn't hear anyone say that you have to use that kind of soap, and this is the only soap I have, so this is either gonna go really good or really bad and my brows are gonna be white. So we're gonna take the gamble and try it together. All right, let's start with my left brow because that's my better brow. And yes, we have some growth going on over here from when I shaved my eyebrow off a couple weeks ago. We won't talk about that. So I'm first going to dip my spoolie into my water. Just gonna dip it into the water. And then take my soap and we're just gonna really get it in there. So I have my spoolie, as you can see, all covered in soap. And then you're just supposed to go right on in. Guess you're supposed to do a couple of layers of this. I've seen a similar technique to this for if you want to cover your brows, or like if you're drawing on brows or doing drag or anything like that. But that involves a glue stick. So we'll see how this goes. You're supposed to like brush them up. That looks crazy. I have a lot of soap on my face right now. I don't think this white soap is really working. Ew, do you see that? It looks like I'm brushing my eyebrow hairs with like milk and they're not sticking. Okay, I think I used too much water. We're gonna try this again because I think I used too much water and it wasn't really letting my hairs stick up. I think I need to use less water, more soap. Okay, so I've cleaned off my spoolie. We're gonna try this again. I'm just going to dip into the soap this time because it's already still a little wet. There we go. Now it feels like it's like tacky and actually sticking my brows up. Okay, that's looking a little crazy. I don't see the white soap like really having an effect, so that's good. Let's just try to shape these just a little bit. Okay, like that's not bad. I'm gonna fill it in, but like that's not bad. Okay, let's do the other brow. I've also seen people do this with a toothbrush, not a spoolie. I feel like that's very interesting. Oh, it feels really weird. It feels like I have tape across my eyebrows. I feel like I can't move them. All right, I'm gonna sit here for a second and let these dry, and then I'm gonna go in with a pencil and try to shape them out, and we will see what it looks like in the end. Okay, so I've been playing around for a little bit, trying to get this to work, and here are some of the issues that I'm coming across. When I first went in with the soap, I did a pretty strong layer because I really wanted the hairs to lay how I wanted them. However, when I started to go in with my pencil, it was really hard to get in there and fill some spots in because there was so much soap and it wasn't really sitting on top of it and I couldn't really get to my skin, and it actually broke off a little bit of my pencil. And then I felt like it was looking kind of like piecey and not right, like it was looking choppy. So in order to fix that, I wanted to go in and blend it with a spoolie, but if you go in and blend it with a spoolie, that basically takes away all of the gluing down soapiness that you already did. So I've just been kind of going back and forth, and I feel like they look pretty good. I'm actually like not mad at them, but I think it might be easier to like go in with an initial very thin layer and then fill in the spots that you need to fill in, and then go back in and really like set everything in place. And I've also noticed that once the soap dries down, it doesn't look white at all. It's totally clear and transparent, so that's a plus. What I want to do now though is go in with a little bit of my dip brow and see how that reacts on top of the brow now that we have the soap kind of laid down on it, and see if that works better than the pencil did. This is more of a liquidier product. Liquidier? I don't know if that's a word. So I feel like it might work better. Oh yeah, that's already working a lot easier for me. So next time I would not use a pencil, personally. Okay, so I actually think they look pretty good. And that was relatively easy. So what I'm gonna do now is do the rest of my face. I'm gonna apply some foundation, and then I wanna see what it looks like kind of when my face is all complete, and I will be back with my final thoughts. Alrighty guys, so I just finished my face. I just did something light and fresh just to do something quick. And my final thoughts are, looking up close at the style of the brow, I actually really like it. I'm not used to doing brows like this. I don't really do a ton of like feathery looking brows. I'm normally into the more Instagram arched brow, like the more like strong brow game, but I actually really like this. Now, some things that I had difficulty with. I think it was very finicky to do. It could have been the soap that I was using, which maybe that's why everyone else doesn't use soap like this. They use like more transparent soap. It could have been that. And I also felt like once I went in and filled them in, they just kind of like fell out of place. Like the soap didn't really keep them there, if that makes sense. So I feel like what works best is if you go in with a small layer of soap and then fill them in, and then go in and really brush everything down. I did feel like I had to go back in with regular gel just to keep a couple of the hairs down. And then the other thing that I found difficult was once you're doing your powder and stuff, because obviously you can't do this once you have your foundation on because it's going to ruin all your foundation up here. Doing powders and stuff like that, and once it falls down on the brow, it's kind of hard to sweep away. I did end up going just back in with clear brow gel and kind of just dusting it off, and that seemed to work really well. So let me show you guys real quick what the up close of the brows look like. All right, so this is what the brow is looking like. This is my left brow, which is my better brow. Here's my other one. I feel like they both look pretty good, nice and bushy for sure. I think that if you don't like bushy brows, then don't even try to do this, because it is definitely that type, but I actually feel like they look really good. So all in all, my final thoughts are, I like it. Would I do this every day? No. Is this going to be my new brow trick? I don't want to say never. I definitely want to play around with it more and see if I can kind of find my sweet spot with it, but I definitely think it's a really cool concept and a really cool trend, and it works pretty well. I will say that I do think that the soap does hold up better than any brow gel that's out there. I think the only thing that it could come close to is if you were to glue down your brows. So I think once you play around with it and once you kind of figure out what works best for you and your brows, I think it's a really good technique, and I'm really feeling how my brows are looking right now. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like that's also a really good technique to do if you're not wearing any makeup, or you're like in a rush and you just need to really quickly do your brows. You can literally just soap them down, like soap them up and make them look bushy, and then like walk out. So now that I am hip to the soap brow, I see what all the hype is about. All in all, I would give this technique a thumbs up. You should definitely try it out for yourself. And I'm gonna keep playing around with it and keep you updated. Alrighty guys, that is it for this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you liked it. And I will see you guys in my next one. Mwah! Bye.